I've been getting some small inner chuckles off the word meretricious. Hey, you got to get your small inner chuckles where you can find them. Meretricious is a fine-sounding, elevated, upstanding word. It makes it seem that someone should be rewarded for their productive activity. I can picture the president in the Rose Garden awarding a medal to someone for meretricious conduct above and beyond the normal call of duty. I'm fairly certain that if you called someone meretricious or noted their meretricious behavior, and you did so in a favorable tone of voice with positive facial cues, the object of your remark would puff up with pride. I don't know if I'm certain enough to try it, but I do believe that meretricious ranks high when it comes to potentially misleading compliments. But I'm not here to discuss that. I am thinking about words, though, and their meaning, which can be a rather deep study. It's like looking at gemstones and rating them on their quality. I'd like to examine the phrase, pay attention. It's common enough, deceptively simple, I think. I can hear kindergarten teachers saying it to their young charges. Children, pay attention now. I read once that someone said that attention is a form of prayer. I can see where that could be true. It could definitely lead to meditation and learning, education. Attention is the focusing of your awareness. It's tuning in. Some things are said to be attention getters. They have some high attractive quality. That's an excellent thing to be, but it is easier and less beneficial to grab attention than it is to hold it. When someone can hold a person's complete attention for an extended period of time, when someone is said to be riveting, that is when attentiveness begins to approach devotion. There is tremendous competition for our attention. Our attention is very valuable, if somewhat intangible, and fickle commodity. People will go to great lengths to get our attention, thinking that once they have that, they can get their message, whatever it may be, across. There can be pure detached attention, as there is in scientific observation. Attention can also have a powerful emotional component. Love and hate, lust and disgust, all are forms of attention. The play Death of a Salesman contains the famous line, "Attention must be paid," which I think is nonsense. The only thing I can think of that absolutely commands all attention is violence, which is exactly why some people resort to it. They want attention, and violence is a surefire way to get it. Umpires and referees have jobs which require total attention, and that is all. They take no active role. They observe and apply the rules of the game. Players are, of course, intensely attentive, but they also act and react, creating the course and flow of the game. The umps and refs do nothing but pay attention and make their calls. Fans pay attention too. To be in attendance is to be paying attention. If you tend to anything, a child, a garden, a farm, you are paying attention. Attention is critical in the military. When you are called to attention, you are expected to surrender all peripheral interests. You are on full alert. You are completely dedicated to the instructions of your leader. And what we do with our precious attention is to pay it. It's a financial transaction. We pay attention. There is a cost. When we are focused on one thing, it is at the expense of everything else. It is a strict fiduciary equation. We do lose the value of all the other things, but when we choose to pay attention to some one thing, we also gain. We find an interest in it, and that interest is our payoff. Attention is an investment. The financial relation is not so much buyer and seller as it is investor and potential producer. Attention needs to be applied judiciously, not frivolously. When we choose to pay attention to what we choose to pay attention to, as well as what we choose to ignore, that will define our lives. It will set our values as well as our parameters and give us a life worth living. Some of it is our decision, freely made, and some of it is thrust upon us. What we attend, that's what we are.